platform, which is the Nauticus ecosystem. This is underpinned by the Nauticus coin, which is the transaction method for all the platforms guaranteed, with other coins and tokens potentially being there, but definitely going to be Nauticus. Depending on how the ecosystem grows, it may just be only Nauticus coin for all the different platforms interacting with each other. Now, the immediate features you can see the 6 to 12 months is quite simple. The exchange will be aimed at user friendliness. We'll still involve the technical aspects for those who want to see all the charts and all those graphs and analytics. However, we want to make sure it's user friendly for everyday users. People who want to get involved on the platform and make their first purchase in fiat currencies, they will be able to do that seamlessly. Over time, they will be able to make payments to friends and family as well, paying your children, pocket money, etc., etc. Essentially thinking about PayPal, thinking about Western Union, thinking about WeChat, the phone app where you can pay in China every day, everywhere you go. But think of those together and as a global system as well. So that's kind of what you'll be looking at, encompassing growing over the next 6 to 12 months, with the bigger payment processing side in the longer term. Immediately, you'll see as well, we have the analytics page on the exchange, which will be able to share with users information that are not just traditional technical analysis and gainers and losers and different types of coins. However, it also shows everyday news that you might want to know, trending topics on Twitter, trending news, upcoming calendars and events, the key search words and the comparison with that. Comparing between different coins that you can choose yourself as well. I want to make it very user-friendly, very dynamic for everyone to get involved. And lastly, this same platform will have the features of e-commerce and chatting, community chat, which we're going to be building into as well, and as well as the merchant platform over time. The important part to be aware as well, to support liquidity, we're going to be getting in touch with our own mining center, which will serve as a data center too. This will be benefiting the users on the platform by having a more liquid and sustainable system that will be built upon using this data processing center.
Okay, interesting. So is your coin going to be a mineable coin as well?
The coin itself will start off as an ERC20 token, so on the blockchain. Okay. That's correct. But
not proof of work or proof of stake, or will there be also the ability to stake the coin, for example?
Over time, we will incorporate that. We want to create. If you look on the white paper, we don't promote this too much because it's such a long way down on the roadmap. We don't think it's necessary. But with the e-commerce, we're going to be incorporating ethical supply chain, empowering users to have the right to find out what the businesses are doing, and also giving back to businesses so that they'll be promoted for doing the right thing. So ethical supply chain will be incorporated, as well as its own transactional chain for our merchant platform. Mm-hmm. This currently we're very open to what kind of platform we're going to be using or what kind of a protocol we're going to be using, simply because, as you know, every month in the crypto space is a year in human years, basically. And things change, things grow, developments happen so fast. I'm sure in 12 months' time, who knows, maybe things will be completely different. Ripple might have taken off by then, or something might have happened. So
you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, there's just so much change taking place. I mean, one minute everyone says no to crypto, and the next minute the Rockefeller family is saying we're in crypto, and you're thinking, okay.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
And so that's why we don't actively talk about it, because let's be honest, I can't lock it in. I mean, even if we are developing right now, a month later we might just tell you, hey, look, we're developing a different strategy now, which is very likely to happen. So we're very open to. We already have a conceptual of how exactly we're going to be developing our chain. However, we've also looked at collaborating with other like-minded people and innovative leaders in this space to work together to create a better solution. However, like I said, that's down the roadmap, so nothing I can really, pin down at the moment.
Well, no, of course. I mean, you've got to follow the roadmap and stick to your guidelines, which is great. I really, exactly. I really appreciate your just coming on the channel. I mean, Yuri and I, of course, are not in any way invested or involved in the platform, but we really appreciate your taking the time to join us, Jonathan, and
of course.
Or Johnny, as you say. Some people like to call you occasionally.
Yeah, Johnny. I think Johnny. Yeah, sorry, you go.
No, well, I had the last name Good, so I'm lucky that my name was not Johnny B.
Or middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think it's great. I really I love the enthusiasm. I think what you're doing is exciting, and I do really wish you all the best on the Nauticus. The ICO is running now, correct?
Correct. It is. It ends on 18th of May. So do get involved ASAP. We have different promotions happening going forward. We have 4 methods for users to get involved on top of just purchasing the ICO coins.
Mm-hmm.
So number 1, we have 5% for purchasing, with bulk purchases adding up another 5% for you guys. Secondly, signing up, you get 100 free coins on your platform, on your dashboard immediately. Referring your friends and they making a minimum purchase, showing that they're a real user, also rewards you and your friend 100 coins. Next as well, we have survey out there to gauge user interest and find out what they want. With the 300,000 registered users, we have 80,000 responses on the survey within a week and a half, which really shows the activity that we have, which is great, and it really helps us improve the platform. Now, and last but not least, with ongoing bounty programs as well, so you can join in on bounty programs to get involved and help out the community.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Well, that's really good. Yuri, you wanted to ask any other questions before we wrap up today?
Well, I was going to ask him where is the best place for the listeners to go to find more information? Like, do you prefer Telegram? Are you more active on Facebook or Twitter? Or what's the best place for our listeners to go?
Very good question. We have a huge team that's supporting all the platforms. I would say easiest way for everyone, for quick snapshot news, Twitter, 100% Twitter. So which is not at Nauticus EN. Telegram, if you want to have a live chat with us, please do come join our Telegram as well, which is at Nauticus Blockchain. And lastly, if you want informative articles and educational material, our Medium, medium.com/Nauticus-blockchain, or at Nauticus Blockchain is also another way you can type it, which has our in-house journalism and analytics and researchers who continuously pump out quality content from a variety of topics. One article we recently made, which has shown incredible feedback, is a topic on a question of why there are so little female demographic in the blockchain space. Coming from a very objective point of view as well. A lot of people right away said, "Oh, I thought it was going to be a anti-male kind of article," but actually it turns out to be a very educational and objective kind of article discussing how this industry is growing and what's wrong with it and how we can improve as a community. So if you want informative news, Medium website would be definitely a great place to look at as well.
That's great, thank you. And so just briefly, so the quick version, how do we improve and get more women in crypto?
I would leave it for everyone to read on the blog. Probably easier. For me to memorize the whole thing, I tell you, we have so many articles going out. I would definitely say this space started off as a very techie space, and it's always felt very like a royal club. You know how I mean? Like where everyone is just kind of in that huddle. You're either in or you're out. If you're in, you're cool. If you're not, it's kind of like a little club we have, and I think that's kind of one part. And the fact that it kind of started off being a very techie space already kind of makes it a very male-dominant space. So I think over time, as we kind of incorporate how, having those female leaders in the industry, female tech innovators in the industry, we share a lot, by the way, we'll actually start growing this space and even being a bit more transparent, being more inclusive when talking on these communities. I think, as you know, with this industry, right, the funniest part that I always laugh about is the fact that it's a negative, but at the same time, I find it very hilarious is every second word you say, you have the comment scam. The word scam just comes up. Oh, must be a scam, must be a fraud. Like Jonathan, oh, what? I thought Jonathan was right-handed. Turns out he's left-handed. What? Is left-handed? Must be a scam. And then just right away, like everything can be, right? That's how the space is. And I think the fact that, look, we have a strong heart, strong mind, so we can take it. We find it, we kind of laugh it off. But the fact that our space currently is not as inclusive as it could be, it's a lot about who's smarter, who's not, and who's better at this, who's not in the Facebook groups, etc. May have reasons behind it in terms of how this space is growing as well and being more inclusive. So I think that's a couple of points I could point out there.
Well, that's great. And so I do have to ask though, do you have any women on your team?
Yes, we do. We, in fact, most of our achievers are actually female. We have a very good split. I would say probably 50-50 or 40-60. It really depends. Since we're a growing company, it really depends who's the best candidate at the time. We just pick out whoever we can. But most of our kind of leadership roles in-house leadership roles fall into females as well.
That's wonderful.
Fantastic.
Leading by example, I like it.
It's very so actually our last podcast had a female leader in crypto as well. So it's good to see from my perspective. It's great to see more women jumping in because I think crypto in particular, I've noticed it's extremely male dominated, unlike other parts of IT. This is probably the most male dominated I've seen in a long while. So I think what you guys are trying to do is great. It's just something that
And look, it's a tough thing as well. I mean, like I'm very open to phone calls, being on social media, being on videos, etc. Because that's kind of my role, whether I like it or not. But especially with a lot of our team, and unfortunately when we talk about the females on the team as well, some people don't really want to show face. They're not really camera ready, which is fine. But otherwise, we would love to put a lot more of them on the website to kind of showcase them a bit more. Whereas what you see on the website doesn't actually encompass the rest of the team that we have, and the female tech people as well. We would love to get more different opinions. Is very important, I think, in any company. And Jack Ma said it best, right? Jack Ma from Alibaba said it best. We think differently, right? Different cultures, different religions, different race, different genders are all very important. Being very inclusive is core to the success of any business. And if you look at our team, you can definitely see that we try to encompass as many different genres, different countries, different nationalities as possible.
Great.
Thank you.
Well, Jonathan, thank you very much. And to all our listeners, anytime. Thank you for participating and listening again. It's always great to have you here on the channel. Stay tuned next week where we cover off another exciting episode of the Coin Chat. To the moon. Until next week.
To the moon. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Thank you for joining us today on the Coin Chat. Join me on Telegram on t.me/Coinvestors, where we discuss a range of topics on cryptocurrency. And visit us at coinvestors.io/thecoinchat for show notes and additional content. And remember to like and subscribe to us on your way out. In the meantime, be safe, have fun, and see you next week for more on the Coin Chat. Jonathan Chang, right?
Yes.
Okay. John, Johnny, or Jonathan?
I don't care. Whatever you can remember.
Well, it's just how you want to be remembered.